Guess who got a new hat? It was me. Check it out. Isn't it cute? It's like a slightly purplish grey with dots on. TK Maxx. Anyway, today I am going to be talking about all the things that make a great comedy heroine. This was inspired by these two books, Have a Little Faith and Keep the Faith, both by Candy Harper. They are the story of a girl called Faith who is just the perfect comedy heroine in all of the ways, and all the trouble she gets herself into at school, with boys, with her friends, with her family. They're just great. And before I say any more, I will get straight onto the list, because as I explain each facet of a great comedy heroine, I will provide examples from these books. Just a note to say that I was given Have a Little Faith by a friend, Jim, over at YA, and I picked up Keep the Faith at the YA Book Prize launch event. Number one on my list of things that make a good comedy heroine is confidence. A little too much. Now, there are two reasons why I think this is the most important characteristic for a good comedy heroine to have. First of all, is that because she's overconfident, that creates plot and funny situations. She thinks she is the best thing ever, and that she can do no wrong, and that everybody loves her no matter what. That just sums up Faith completely. Faith just thinks she's the bee's knees, really. She's totally confident about almost everything. The only thing she lacks confidence about is boys, but only enough to make her a bit unsure about which ones fancy her or not. You know, the rest of the time she is completely 100% confident, and it is hilarious. The second reason why I think confidence is really important in a comedy heroine is that we don't get to see a lot of confident girls in YA. Most girls in YA have self-esteem problems, and I know that in many ways this is a realistic portrayal of teenage girls. You know, I had terrible self-esteem when I was a teenager, and so I could relate really strongly to characters in books that had troubles with this. But on the other hand, I think it can become a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Teenage girls look up to their favourite characters in books. I know I did. And, you know, try to model themselves on them. So if they only get to read about characters who are insecure and lack confidence, then how are they going to think of themselves as confident people? You know? And so it's quite refreshing to see characters who don't have deep self-esteem problems, who go out there and are brave and make mistakes, yes, and screw up, yes, but they don't let it ruin their lives, you know. Because, you know, we all have to go out there, we all have to screw up and try our best and, you know, make mistakes a few times. Otherwise we're just stuck indoors all the time being miserable. Anyway, serious part over. That was the most serious part of this video, I promise. The second thing that a comedy heroine needs to have is lack of self-awareness. This is the other side of the confidence. Faith is so confident and so self-assured that she totally ignores some parts of life. She isn't really aware of how other people see her entirely, you know. She's flattered, yes, when people like her, but, you know, she doesn't really have the awareness of how other people see her, to understand why some people don't like her, or why she might be making things difficult for herself in some situations. And that's just really funny, you know. She goes along and she does things that maybe aren't such a good idea, and she doesn't think twice about them because she has no self-awareness. It's fantastic, and it creates a lot of trouble. Third thing is lack of social awareness. Oh yes, Faith goes along blissfully unaware of, you know, which of her friends likes which of the other friends. She doesn't understand why her best friend might be jealous of her new friends. She doesn't understand why her grandmother might act the way she does. She doesn't understand why her parents might be concerned about certain things. She's just, yeah, socially unaware, and this is another thing that goes hand in hand with her confidence. You know, she's so secure in herself that she doesn't really pay that much attention to what other people think. And this creates problems, of course. Number 4 is the people she's socially unaware of, her weird and wonderful supporting cast. We can give loads of great examples of this, you know. Mia in The Princess Diaries has wonderful friends and family that complicate the plot, get in Mia's way, create problems for her, and also love her a lot and support her. It's the same with April May from the April May books, and it's the same with Faith. You know, her grandmother is just hilarious. I love her grandmother so much. That's one thing she's got in common with Princess Mia. Her friends are just really funny and adorable, and, you know, they make the book as much as Faith does herself. Although, if without Faith, it wouldn't be half as funny. And number 5, the final thing that every excellent comedy heroine needs is a nemesis. Yes, a nemesis. She's got to have that one girl who really winds her up, who is different enough from her for her anger to seem kind of justified, but is actually quite similar underneath, so that you can tell that what she's really finds annoying is all the things that other people would also find annoying about her. Faith's nemesis is this girl called Vicky, who she calls Icky, you know, because a good nemesis has got to have a name that you can turn into something rude. If you believe the things Faith said about her, it would really seem like quite a bad person. But then when you really think about it, she's a lot like Faith. She highlights all the things which are ridiculous about Faith herself. She also provides a driving force for the story, as Faith tries to outwit her, to mess up things for Vicky and take the attentions of boys she likes and all that kind of thing. Vicky also provides motivation for Faith. Faith is absolutely determined to one-up Vicky whenever possible, and so she will do a lot of really silly things and get herself into desperate situations that she might otherwise have avoided, just to try to make herself look better than Vicky, or rather, as Faith would say, to prove that she is better than Icky. Let me know in the comments, what do you think makes a good comedy heroine? Are there any other qualities that I haven't mentioned? Also, let me know who your favourite comedy heroine in books or films or TV is. I would like to get into a chat about it. Please do like and share this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to Bookish Brits if you haven't already and you want to see more from me and the others. Bye!